What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our SEC football channel. 2019 was an interesting year for Missouri. They had their ups and downs, had some good moments during the season, had some bad moments. Remember, they lost to Wyoming, fired their head coach, made a coaching change. It was good because they went 6-6. They were bowl eligible, or would have been bowl eligible, but they had the postseason ban, so they didn't get to go to a bowl game. So it was kind of good and bad. It was just a weird year for Missouri football. The schedule, though, was pretty easy in 2019. It was one of the easier schedules, I think, in the SEC. They had to play, I think, Arkansas and Ole Miss out of the West, so two of the bottom teams there. West Virginia was a pretty big non-conference game, but West Virginia was way down last year, and because of that, they were able to get to 6-6. The 2020 schedule, really not that bad, and we're going to take a look at it now. They open up the season on September 5th against Central Arkansas. Again, an FCS team, they should roll in that game. And then they play Vanderbilt on September 12th. Vandy was pretty bad last year, but they did beat Missouri. So Missouri with a chance to get some revenge. And we really don't know this Missouri team, how good are they going to be? It's very tough to tell right now because of the coaching change. They're going to have a lot of new pieces, players. Kelly Bryant now gone. I don't know what we're going to get out of Missouri, honestly. But the schedule sets up in a way that I think they have a chance to get back to 6-6 at least. On September 19th, they play on the road at South Carolina. So two of their first three games are conference games. And then they finish up the month of September on the 26th against Eastern Michigan. One of the better group of five teams, so that could be an interesting matchup there. On October the 3rd, they play on the road at Tennessee. And Tennessee, of course, some hype coming into this year. I don't think people are expecting them to really win the East, but expecting them to maybe be a top 25 team. So that'll be a really tough challenge there. And then it's on the road at BYU. That's going to be their big non-conference matchup this year. BYU is a team that I haven't done a lot of research on, but I'm expecting that to be a pretty good challenge on the road. Georgia on October 17th. That, of course, will be a very difficult game for Missouri. And then this game against Kentucky on October 24th. After going through a pretty tough stretch there, you get this game at home. This is a big game for Missouri. Kentucky's going to be pretty good this year, and I think that's a game that's the game that's going to really determine their season. If they're able to pull off a win in that game, I think they have a pretty good year. If they lose that game, might be a pretty disappointing year. Then they get a bye week after Kentucky. They will not play on Halloween on October 31st. Instead, they will skip to November and play on November 7th against Mississippi State on the road. Going to have to deal with the Cowbells. That will be a pretty difficult challenge there, but it's Mike Leach. What's he going to do there at Mississippi State? A lot of question marks. The player's going to fit his scheme. I mean, we don't know how good that team's going to be. A lot of question marks in the SEC this year. Florida's after that on the road. Remember, Missouri had their number there for several years, but I think Florida might have kind of turned the corner last year. And it's going to be, I think, a very tough challenge for Missouri. Louisiana on November 21st. Kind of similar to Eastern Michigan, one of the better group of five teams. You can't sleep on that game. But, of course, Missouri should be favored. And then they'll play Arkansas to close out the year on November 28th. Right now, the schedule says that's on Saturday. They've been playing on Fridays. I did look that up, and the official school website has that game on the 28th. So I don't know if that'll change or what. It seems like last year we had that same situation. The schedule said on the Saturday, and then it was moved to Friday. I don't know exactly what the deal is there. But anyways, there's the schedule. Non-conference schedule, not too bad. You got Central Arkansas, Eastern Michigan, Louisiana. Decent group of five teams in Eastern Michigan and Louisiana, but games that Missouri should win. I mean, an SEC school should not lose to a group of five team. And then a little bit more of a challenge on the road at BYU. Not necessarily a game that Missouri has no chance in, but I would say that they probably will be underdogs in that game. Maybe a 50-50 game, I don't know. So that's your non-conference schedule, not too bad. And then you look at who they play out of the West. You've got Mississippi State and Arkansas, two of the bottom teams out of that division. Now, Mississippi State might surprise this year, might be better than we think. Really don't know. Arkansas might be better also than we think, actually. Felipe Franks comes in there. What's he going to do at the quarterback spot? But still, I mean, we figure those to be, at least those two teams to be in the bottom half of the West. So that's a pretty favorable schedule. Now, road games are on the road at South Carolina, at least in the SEC. South Carolina, Tennessee, Mississippi State, and Florida. You get Georgia at home, and again, that Kentucky game at home, I think it's going to be really, really big. So all in all, Not too bad of a schedule for Missouri. It's a schedule that if they can play pretty well, I think will give them a chance to make a bowl game in 2020. And no postseason ban this time, so they could actually get to play in a bowl game in 2020. Thank you for watching this video. If you're an SEC football fan, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us your thoughts down in the comments below. And for the latest in SEC football, keep it right here.